How do we know you were at a real estate meeting? Maybe that was Jehovah's Witnesses and you just dashed in there like, hey, look at me.
Hey, don't discount the Jehovah's Witness. You never know.
Hey.
You can learn from their tenacity how to sell their concepts and ideas and what they believe in.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. Yeah, no, we have probably a dozen wholesalers that are sending us deals. We have maybe 24 brokers that occasionally, when they run across something. Mm-hmm. And so we're specialists in heavy add value. Our last property was an abandoned self-storage facility that we bought for $100,000. We put 50 in it, and then we turned around and sold it for, I don't want to say what was it, $500,000. I don't want to stay rooted in one spot, because what's happening is I'm a heavy duty prospector and I know how to do market analysis. I'm finding markets that are very undersupplied, and I'm the first in. And so there's a group of people that are kind of following. Mm-hmm. So after I buy something, I'll just turn around and sell it. And then the last market we were in, it is now over capacity. 8 different investors. 3 of them I know, the rest I don't. They heard what was going on with KeepSafe, my brand. Man, they went in and bought up everything, and now it's overbuilt. So it's a very small world in self-storage. I mean, everybody knows everybody. And so, yeah. So, yeah, the wholesalers are, I agree with you, they are confusing the market. So I just thought the buyer's agent has worked very well. We work with very professional buyer's agents. We have great luck with Coldwell Banker. And they will actually go out and do the work that the listing broker should do. Take all the pictures, get all the financials, get a list of improvements. We can get the data. We have the database. We have a national database of everything going on in self-storage. So we know we can figure that part out. So
that's good, Alan. You know, the harder it is to get a property, the easier it is to turn around and sell it.
That seems to be the case, isn't it? Yeah.
And the harder it is to get a single tenant retail, the easier it is to turn around and get a tenant in it because it's a desirable location. So I like competition because it tells me there is enough demand in the market. The problem would be, geez, I found 3 and I don't know which one to buy because they're all one better than the other and it's just a bit. Then that's when I worry. But you're right. A lot of people like storage facilities. In one of the calls, I think 3-4 calls ago, 3-4 months ago, we did a call and I talked about storage facilities and how you have a software and it's practically all automated now. It's really fascinating how that industry improved. I would even challenge you to find an older storage facility that's poorly run with enough land that is poorly run but has good occupancy. So, for example, they're still using mom and pop people standing out there to lease it. They don't have maximizing additional revenue like selling boxes, selling this, selling that. They don't have the technology. And then you can take it and say, I'm going to put the gate, I'm going to put the software where people can pull up to the gate, enter the thing, can see in a video how to do it, pay, get their code, go inside and do. That will take it to another level because it will reduce the expenses of staff and maybe you find other ways to improve it and then sell it.
Yeah, that's very similar to what we did. We partially automate because the size of the facility mandated that we have at least a part-time boots on the ground, but we automated it to a great extent. I mean, customers could pay from their phone, they could rent, shop, and pay from anywhere in the world, really. So,
may I ask you, how many wholesalers in the market you're looking at are working on these wholesaling commercial? It's very rare, by the way.
The commercial wholesalers?
Yes.
There's quite a few. There's far more than I realized. Now, 2 of the original wholesalers back in 2019, they evolved into sponsoring their own deals. And they got a good team together. They got some equity, some debt financing, and then they started putting together the PPMs. And I think we're into, I can't remember, 5 or 6 self-storage. The biggest one is a Class A self-storage on Staten Island. Wow. It was the last one to get in before the moratorium.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently you can't build any more self-storage on Staten Island.
So you see, those are the types. You should set up your own real estate fund. So when you get into something like this, you hold on to it. Cash flows for your investors, you keep it for yourself and your family. Eventually, you can have a cash out within 7 or 8 years, but then you can refinance, cash out the investors, put them in a new deal, and then they're happy because they're making money in this. Their net worth grew. You know, it's just like, I mean, if you're interested, we can help you with setting up to take those down.
And we can, you know, we can talk about it in a separate session if you want. But we also have a Class A investment. It's 70,000 square feet in Missouri, and the young man that he sponsored it at the time we invested, we thought he knew more about self-storage than we did. Well, his facility's kind of in trouble.
Wow.
And so I'm working with Larry Pino, and we're going to see, either we're going to pull out of it, or we might take it over.
Okay.
We might have to take it over. He's doing such a bad job. I was so worried for a whole year. I didn't want to do anything because I didn't want to jam this young man up and cause all this problems. But he's going to lose everyone's money if someone doesn't do something. So Larry's going to help us out with that.
Okay, good. Keep us posted.
So yeah, if we end up doing that, that's what we'll do. Yeah.
Fantastic. Keep us posted. Thank you.
You bet.